Now, well, well, in your case, it's good afternoon. Here in Chile,
It's good
it is
evening.
good morning. Well,
Yeah. It's
the time difference between this is for the audience as well. The time difference between Chile and India is 8.5 hours. So therefore, you are 8.5 hours fast than Chile.
ahead. Yeah.
So this is well. On the other hand, I think you are in winter time because of the your clothes and that kind of things. Perhaps it's is it too cold there?
Yeah. It's very cold, sir. It's like for us, it's cold. Like the temperature here is 9 to 10 degrees right now,
Yeah. So my
and
friend,
in Delhi, it's in the summer season in Delhi, it's 40 to 45 degrees, and in the winter, it goes down to 2 degrees Celsius.
well, that's a lot actually in summertime, 40 to
Yeah, that's
45.
the variation is a lot, and in winter time, it goes down to 2 degrees Celsius.
Uh, um, well, you see, one of the main issues you see is that, for instance, in my country, many people knows about India, not
Mhm.
a great deal, but because you see, since I was born, we used to go to the cinema and watch some film from India.
Bollywood
And
films.
I'm telling that's very serious actually. I watched several of them. They were very good. Some of them were American production, but were made in India. So roughly,
Yeah.
we have a very good idea about that. On the other
Mhm.
hand, Indian music is something that we listen very much
Yeah. Classical
because
music.
yes, it is very relaxing, and
Yeah.
that's
We hear it. Yeah.
very good for everybody actually.
When we get stressed, we do that, and we also play om chanting and stuff like that to relax ourselves.
Well, this is what I do actually. You see, I normally work
Hmm.
on early in the morning until very late in the evening,
Hmm.
and because this is the only thing I know how to do, so I don't want to get into troubles, and therefore rather work. Uh, well, uh, well, as people will know, you are a very good friend of mine. I like you a lot, your family as well, and I would like you to introduce yourself to the people actually.
Sure. My
Um,
name is Yeah, my name is Shivam Bhardwaj. I live in the capital of India. It's called New Delhi, and I am currently 20 years old, and I am studying undergrad in computer science and engineering from the College of Delhi itself. The name of the college is Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, and I am currently pursuing my undergrad in computer science engineering.
something,
Also, I
yes.
also I like to weight lifts and play instruments, learn new things, do traveling. I also write a bit. I have written a novel, and I do a bit of photography and videography too.
Yeah, this is what you do actually normally in your life. Tell me something more about before we start with the interview. Actually, from the technical point of view, uh, what can you tell us about India in general? We know that it
In
is
general,
like a continent for us. You know, the population in Chile
it's
is very small, really. You see, the whole population of Chile could live in your kitchen, actually. We're about we're just about 18 millions compared with
15.
1,500 millions in India. We are really a point.
The India is very diverse. Like we have many cultures living together and very diverse religions also. Like you will find a Sikh community, some community, Islam people, Hindu community people, also Christian people, like living in a same room, renting, being roommates. So we have a lot of diversity here, and you will find the people of every race or color, and also of every type. Like we have a lot of diversity. The food is different. If you go to, like, I stay in New Delhi, it's called North India. If you eat food here and you eat food in Kerala, that is in South India, it would be a lot different.
Uh,
Also the culture.
the culture must be different as well. Huh?
Mhm. And if you do like you do traveling to North India and you traveling to South India, you will find a lot of cultural differences. Also the people would be different. Like in South India, there are people with a little bit darker complexion generally, and in North India, you will find a little fairer complexion, because the races, which is according to the survey and facts, the race in the South India is called Dravidian, and the North Indians are established as Aryans. So there is a difference. Also
And
in cultural values, there's a lot of difference.
uh, could you mention some of the difference between the
Yeah,
north and the
like
south?
sure. Sure. Like if you're living in North India, you will find the food much heavier, and in South, the food is much lighter. Also, if you like do for cultural practices, the dance practices are very different, and in South India, dances are very different. The dressing sense is also very different, and you will generally find a you can differentiate between a North Indian and a South Indian on just by talking to him or her.
Tell me something. What about the relationship among young people in India? I
Yeah,
understand
it's
that there
very
are not,
harmonious.
and there are very strict rules. If you want to approach, for
No,
instance, a young lady or something like that, you must
yeah.
be given permission by the parents and so on. Is that true, or is
Yeah,
just something that it is
yeah, there's a
propaganda?
lot of no, there's a lot of restrictions in if you're talking about general sense. But a lot of people, like the new generation parents, have become liberal and they're allowing their kids to roam around. But in my generation, there was restrictions till we got into colleges.
Yeah, and but you see, when you go to college to study something, in the classroom you get ladies and gentlemen. And this is what you get. How do
Yeah.
you manage there? How is the situation there? Can
Yeah,
you
it's good.
speak to
It's
the people? No problem.
no. Because the schools are very co-ed. Like you have also boys only schools, girls only schools, and there are also like lot of schools are co-ed schools. Like the girls and boys are sitting together. So we get a development from the early age, and when we go to college, it's people are normally very friendly and open towards meeting new people. The teachers are also friendly, but we lack somewhere around the overall development of the person. Like most colleges in India focus on studies as well as a little bit of extracurricular. Like we don't play much sports. If you are not a sports person, then this college doesn't encourage you to play sports.
Yeah, so, in other words, there is a freedom to choose.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Try to remember when you just start before getting into the university.
Mhm.
How do you start your life there? Because it
Yeah,
was
it's
quite a change from home, and you get out and you go to the university. You start becoming more independent from your
yeah.
family and so on. How is that transition? This is something which I normally ask everybody because I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, the transition's really good. Like you make friends for a lifetime, and they are with you all the time when you are staying. at the hostel, or you're at the mess, or you are in classroom. So they become part of your family, and a lot of people, like my friends, choose not to go home and stay with their friends only. The culture and the transition is somewhat, you can say, a shocking transition. First semester when the student came in, there is a little bit of trauma and like adjustments. You need to do adjustments to catch up or adjust with the college curriculum, because schools we are used to doing things at a lower level, and in college the things get advanced. So coping up with studies and also doing fun things is a really mess in the first semester. By the second semester or the second year, students become like habitual and they enjoy their lives.
Yeah, so that is okay. Tell me, in your case, when you were younger, before entering the university, where do you study?
Where did you? I studied near my house only. It's called Sasdeva Public School. It's situated 3 kilometers from my house, and it was a co-ed school, like the boys and girls both schools. That was a good school. It was currently the best in Rohini area. So yeah.
And tell me about your experience there at the school.
Yeah, it was a good experience. Like the overall development, if I'm talking about, I was able to get it because at the very young age, I was into sports and I was doing extracurricular as well as studying. So I was into playing music. Also, I was into sports, also into studies, and like drawing stuff and participating in debates. So the school really took us, like they held yoga classes, they held competitions to enhance our personality. So it was a very good experience for me personally.
Tell me something. You were more inclined to basic sciences and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
computing.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
is there anything that you may tell us about your inclination from this basic science to study that
Mhm.
and to continue your life doing informatics, for instance, in your case, and computing and other things? Because you also write.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sir. Because I was very fascinated. It was from a YouTube video. I was in class 12th or 11th. In my high school. So then I watched machine learning and sciences video. What could it could that it could revolutionize the world, and it's the future of the world. Like technology is really implementing and the sciences are going to take over. So I was interested and fascinated by that, so I continued to watch videos and decided to learn about it. So that's why I got into this field.
Tell me your experience once you entered the university, the
Yeah,
very
yeah.
first day. Can you remember that? The very first
Yeah,
day?
yeah. I was scared to like what was going to happen, but it went smoothly. I made a lot of friends, and there was also this seniors came into our classes and introduced themselves, and they took introductions and they were very friendly with us. Yeah, that was good.
Because you see, in many cases, for instance, in my case, the first day at the university was so big, the campus, that I didn't know, I didn't have no, I had no idea about where the bathroom were actually to start with, where to have a cup of tea or coffee or something. So
Yeah,
I
no, no.
actually,
That's what in our college there was no we didn't have to switch our classrooms, so it was only one classroom allocated to the class and it has to sit there for the classes. Every class teacher or different subject professor would come into that class only. So that really helped us to meet new people, because people were sitting around and just there was the same population. No one was different in every other class.
tell me something, Chivan. How has you been your life at the university? Do you think
In
it
my
has been,
university,
are you happy with that
yeah,
or you would improve something there? What do you think about
I will
that in
improve.
general terms?
I will improve a lot of things, sir. Like uh, improving extracurricular is a must because most colleges are focusing only on studying. And in India, a lot of children, if you ask, rather than me, will also tell you that they only go to college to get a degree and to get a job. So no one is there. Like there is a very few percentage to which are eager to learn about knowing the subject. So the curriculum are also shaped by getting jobs and overall personality development in the colleges. Like you have a rigid curriculum and you have to get the credits to get the degree. So in my opinion, like it was good, and I am not satisfied by my college because due to few shortcomings of it, like when you have to go to outer states, they won't permit you if you haven't get the permission. Like if you have a competition out of the state, you will have to take the university's permission and the clearance that take a lot of time. You cannot go without it.
Is
That's
there too much bureaucracy at the
yeah,
university,
yeah,
or it is an easy way of getting things if you have the
yeah,
merit
yeah,
for that? What do you
yeah,
think
yeah,
about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, the competition is really tough. Like it's not easy to get into a good university in India. The competition is really tough. We have a JE exam for engineering colleges, and for others, we have board. Or if you are from commerce side, then or if you are from sciences, then you have to give IIT JE exam. That is for all the colleges in India. If you have to pursue sciences or engineering, and that is a really tough, like the second toughest exam in India. Almost around 20 lakh people or students give the exam, and the good colleges gets over by 40,000. The 40,000 get selected in good colleges, and the rest go to an average college, or some go to even the minor colleges that aren't very good.
And when you enter the university and you start your first years there, tell me
Mhm.
something. Do they teach you in such a way that they seduce you to start doing research?
No, 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 they don't. They we have an research and development team and the teachers, but they don't persuade us or seduce us. If we are interested, then we have to go to the teachers and tell them that I am interested in doing research, and they will take us. They will first conduct an interview and see what I am interested in, and then they will, if the professor matches its interest, then he will take the student. Otherwise there's no persuasion or seduction for joining the research part.
Don't you think that the time has come to change the system and the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
student should start doing research still the very, very first step in the university?
Yes, sure, sir. Because lot of time research, by doing research, people or students learn a lot of new things. So I think that the system should change. But it in India, it's a matter of choice. Like some people choose to get the job and not really inclined towards the research part. So that's why they won't pressure us to do the research. They just give you the degree with the credits if you have the mandatory credits. That's what.
And tell me something. Once you get the first degree at the university, how hard or
Mhm.
how easy is to get a job actually? And how the
Job
quality
is
of the job?
getting a job after you are into a university is very very easy. Like we get on campus placements from the universities, and like good placements. Like in India, 10 lakhs of 10 lakh rupees you get, on an average it's 5 to 6. If you are a good student, you might even get about 20 to 25 lakhs. That's very high for a student
How,
like 20 years.
and how much of that is in US money, in US dollars?
So your voice cut off. In US dollars, it would be I would have to like it would be 20,000 USD or 15 to 20,000 USD. 10 to 15, 10 to 20, like 10 lakhs would be 10 lakhs would be 8 to 8.5 thousand USD, and 20 lakhs would be like 16,000 USD or so.
Yeah, but are we talking about monthly or per year?
Per year. In monthly, we get like 70 to 60,000. That is about 1000 USDs per 1200 to 1000 USD. And
So,
that's a lot. If you're living in India, that's a lot. You can survive the whole month very easily and also spend a lot on extravagant activities.
but tell me something for someone who want to study in India, say someone from
Yeah,
Chile
yeah, yeah.
or Argentina or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell me something. How much money that those people would need to live in India and to do their activities?
If you are an international student, we will give you scholarships if you are good and you have a good merit. So the scholarship basically covers all of your cost. And if you are going to private universities, then also it won't be very, very expensive because it will be very, very cheap. Like you will get an year tuition for about 4000 USDs at max, with the living expenses, 4 to 5,000 USDs with living expenses for a per year tuition.
And what about the food? I mean, the cost
The
of
food the
living.
colleges provide, if you are living with the university, the food is provided by the university and it's very, very cheap, like 10 to $20 for a month.
Yeah, and what about over the weekend? Because you see, I have been in many places, and they
Yeah,
give you
yeah,
the
yeah.
food from Monday to Friday, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And during the weekend, you have to do whatever you can, actually.
Sure, sure, sure. In the weekend you can eat out or you can also opt for mess. They are open on the weekends also, but a lot of students prefer to eat outside because of the same food curriculum. So if you are going to eat outside, then it might be a little bit costlier, like you will get a good meal for $3 to $4 at max.
Well,
And if you're going
that's
to a
okay.
very, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're going to very expensive hotel like five-star hotel, then also $20 or $30 you can get a very good meal.
So, in general terms, the situation is not bad for someone who has the talent, well gifted, and want to study there. That would be all
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah. That would be great, sir. Because the locations in our universities are very, very great and they are situated outside the cities. Some are in the cities, and the area is very, very much greener. And you will find a lot of beautiful campuses in India if you want to study here.
Well, that's very good, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, going a bit into the technical uh, issues about your career, uh,
Sure, sir.
you started studying computing, I think.
Sure, sir. Mm-hmm.
And tell me, why do you choose that? Is there any good reason
Uh,
for that?
yeah, because I was seeing my mother from a very young age. Like she was into sciences and engineering stuff. So she used to work with me only, and she used to teach me about stuff, which got me fascinated by that, and I pursued my engineering. Also, my elder brother also did engineering, so I had a little bit of reference what I had to do and a little bit of guidance what is into engineering. So I was pretty clear. That's why I
And
choose
tell
the
me,
technical part.
within that area, because computing is a broad area, uh, what is the subject that you
Hello,
are more keen on?
hello. Sir,
Can
your
you
voice is
hear
not
me?
audible.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, now I can
Um,
hear you, sir.
are you doing artificial intelligence, for instance, machine learning, or what?
Sir, I cannot hear you. Hello.
And what about now?
Yeah, yeah. Now it's clear.
Yeah, sometimes the signal goes. It must be due to your computing. Well, I was talking about computing, what you are doing. Which is the main area
Mhm.
of your research?
My research is basically based on IoT and AI part, like explainable AI basically. So what's explainable AI is that a lot of people who aren't from sciences or engineering background don't know about artificial intelligence and what goes inside machine learning. So to explain them and to give them efficient solutions is what my research part and my specialization is in. Like if I am dealing with a farmer who hasn't any experience about what engineering is and what our devices could do for him or her, then explainable AI would help him to will also guide him what our devices will do and enhance his efficiency. That's our motto of the research in which I am doing.
What are you planning to do, Chivan, in the very, very near future when this pandemic is over?
After it is over, I'm going to pursue my masters in MS in computer science from US or any good country like Germany or
Yes.
France.
You like France and
Yeah,
Germany?
it's a very good place to visit.
Yes. Well, you know that in Germany, I've
Hmm.
been there several times,
Okay.
France as well.
Okay.
And well, it's wonderful actually.
Hmm.
Nevertheless, sometimes, my dear friend, you feel that it's just too costly, it's just too expensive, and therefore you don't feel very well actually. Say, for instance, an
Hmm.
example: you ask for a cup of coffee, right? Just a
Sure,
cup
sure.
of coffee and some small things to eat with the coffee. Um, then you get the bill, and the bill is about $50 or $60.
That's really expensive, sir.
So to
You can
me,
get you
that
can
was
get a whole
horrible.
month food
That was
in India.
absolutely horrible. For instance, on many occasions in my life, I have been to Poland, and
Okay.
Poland is a wonderful place where to go.
Hmm.
Although you see during the winter time, it's ice everywhere, snow and so
Hmm.
on. But who cares about that? Nevertheless, during the night, you see the temperature may go down to 30, 35 degrees. It's minus 30, 35 degrees Celsius. So
That's really cool,
actually,
sir.
the very first days, you feel really, you don't feel well. Nevertheless, after that, the situation changed. But what it is important there, you see, in Poland, is that the level is very, very good. Professors
Hmm.
there, they know a lot, they publish a lot, they do very good work, and some of my friends, are very, very famous. But the most important issue is that you see, you feel very free because if you go out and you buy something that you need, the cost is something that you can pay with no problems.
Yes,
Because
sir.
life, you see, is a composition of things. You need the right
Hmm.
environment and that kind of things. And
Yeah.
have you thought about going to the USA?
Yes, sir, I have thought about it and I have been applying to the universities. The deadline is in the January month, and I am applying in a lot of like the Carnegie Mellon University I applied in, Georgia Tech University, and there is a university called University of Washington, Seattle.
Yes, I know it.
There is a university called Penn State University, Pennsylvania State University,
Yes,
and there's University of Wisconsin Madison. I have applied to like 9 universities in USA, and 6 universities have given pretty positive response for my application, so there are good chances for getting into master's program in US.
and when do you think that's most likely to happen, if it
uh,
happens?
in in the admission, like when will I go into US or the application will be accepted?
When are you planning to know something from them
In the the program starts in the month of August or September. So I'm planning if
next
I would
year.
go. Yeah, in the yeah next year 2021, because currently I am pursuing my undergrad, so I have to complete it first.
And that's very good, actually. Those places are really, really very good. The USA is a nice country where to go.
Hmm.
Life is, I would say, beautiful, actually, there. I
Yeah,
did
I
my
needed to
postdoc
know a
there.
little bit of. I wanted to know a little bit about the culture in US, and
It's
that's all.
easy, very easy. You see, what you have to get used to is to drink a lemonade because wherever you go, it's something like a traditional drink.
Mm-hmm.
They eat some sausages, these kind of things, and lemonade. But you see, which is very good is that, for instance, the place I know very well is Charlottesville, University
Mm-hmm.
of Virginia. And
Mm-hmm.
something, my friend, there in Charlottesville, 60% of the population are just students. So, for instance, you get on a bus and you don't pay because that bus belongs to the university.
Okay. That's nice, sir.
So there are several places for a student, and you get the right environment, right people. They speak good English, which is very
Mm-hmm.
important. You don't have potato in your mouth, is the way we describe that. And
That's
in Charlottesville is wonderful. I have a lot of friends, and but you see, in computing science, we have a Chilean, which is very famous.
okay.
His
Okay.
name is Ricardo Baeza Yates. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
send you the details about him. And he's in charge of the Department of Research in Google. And the guy is he is very, very good. And
I will.
something, he's very nice actually. And I think we're going to get in touch with him because that's
Sure,
a
sir,
very
sure.
good chance as well. He's living in Spain at the moment
Okay.
because he keep on moving, but he's doing very well. Well, something that I need to ask you is about because some people know very little about India actually. Could you tell
Uh-huh.
us a bit more about values and principles there? Because when you get
Sure,
to
sir.
a new country, you want to know something, my friend.
Sure, sir, sure. In India, if you go to every state, it has its own culture. Like if you are into East India, South India, North India, West India, everywhere it's different. So you will meet a lot of different people around India. And the restrictions, like laws, are pretty balanced. And if you are a foreigner or tourist, then they won't care much, and you will get treated like a celebrity if you are from the whiter background or white ethnicity.
Yes,
So
celebrity.
a lot of people roaming around the streets will come to just click a photograph with you and will greet you very nicely.
I remember a story about that. That when I was doing my PhD in London, uh,
Uh-huh.
in that time, you see, my friends, I used to see so many Japanese people,
Yeah, like that only, sir.
and all of them with their camera. Whatever I moved, they were taking pictures. That was very amazing. And well, it's the way they are actually. They want to keep memories about places and people and that kind of things. Because you see, Japan has a very ancient culture as well. So they
Yes,
want
sir.
to accumulate more knowledge. But some people think that they are rather snob, but they are not. They are learning. For instance, I'm asking you this because it is very important. Once I went to work in Hong Kong, in China, when Hong Kong was just English actually.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And you see, the first day when I arrived there, after 2 weeks travel, which is a long way, my friend, to get there. And the way you go is from Chile, you go to some way in the middle, which I don't remember. It could have been Rio in Brazil, and from there, my friend, or Buenos Aires in Argentina, and from there you go
Mhm.
straight to New York,
Okay, okay, okay.
the city of very important people, New York.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember always New York by Frank Sinatra. He's a very good singer. And
yeah.
from New York, my friend, you take a flight, a
Mhm.
plane that it takes you all the way to Japan. And the plane lands in Tokyo.
Yeah, yeah,
In Tokyo, you stay for about 2 or 3 hours. And from there, my friend, you go to Hong Kong.
yeah,
So actually, you arrive in Hong Kong during day and night because the time difference between Chile and Hong Kong is 12 hours.
yeah. Mhm.
So it is amazing. But I had no idea. And you see, at the airport, and I was rather thirsty because the trip. And I asked
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a glass of Coke, something
Uh-huh.
as small as that.
Mhm.
And I couldn't believe that. Well, I had the
Mhm.
money,
Uh-huh.
but you know how much I had to pay
No, no,
for a very small glass of Coke?
no.
It was about $12.
Oh.
So I said
Yeah,
to that moment, I wish I had known before traveling the cost of living in these countries because it's
the
really
cost. Uh,
very expensive.
expensive. Yes, sir. Like in India, people will try to also, if you are a foreigner, will also, some people will also try to cheat you. If like local tourist guides and those people. But if you are very from like you roam around in buses which are given by the government, or if you hand out to any government tourist agency, then it won't be any problem. They would charge you reasonable rates only. And if you could speak a little bit of Hindi, then they won't really try to do anything.
Well, yes, I understand that. Tell me something more about artificial intelligence, which is something that people are
Mhm.
learning very, very, very fast.
Yes, because
And what
sir,
do you
it's
think
a
the
boom.
future is going to be with that?
So the
For
future will be like if like you are using the technology, yeah, you are wearing the headphones, it would be much more easier. Like you won't have to wear the head part and just the earpods part. The technology will evolve, and somewhat around 10 to 20 years, it would also go like you won't have to wear the earpods also. It would be a little bit of chip that you have to insert in your ears also. So the artificial intelligence is really booming, and it's doing a lot of improvement. Like robots are being made, and the surgeries in the medical profession itself, it has made a lot of improvement. Like nanobots are made to perform surgeries that weren't being able to perform earlier. And we are able to reach also the areas, or if you are doing mining also, the you can send robots which will give you a photograph of the area that is very dangerous or isn't very safe for humans to go.
that is something, there is a question which need to be answered. What is going to
Hmm.
happen with people, with the normal people,
Hmm.
uh, who has never been to the university? They know nothing
Hmm.
about artificial
Hmm.
intelligence and that kind of things. How? What are they going to do for living, actually?
Yes, sure, sir. Like they will get jobs, and like operating the robots, but the skill they have to basically learn the skills. If the artificial intelligence is going to take over, then they will have to become a little bit of skill, because normal people who does not know AI will definitely take its job.
Yeah. This is another point which people may like to know. Is, for instance, in India, such a big country,
Mhm.
how do you manage with the import and the export goods and that kind of things and
Yeah.
the economical situation? How does it work with such a big economy?
So our main sectors are steel, iron, and import export. Textile industries of big boon, and we export electricity to other countries because we have a lot of electricity. And also our targets are being met by solar plants and other energical sources. We also have exports and imports in areas like paints, metal products, household products, furnitures, and the main is electrical machinery, gold, stones, precious jewels, plastics, and industrial machinery.
So, I mean, that kind of situation, is it true for every single state in India?
No, sir. Different states have their different import exports. Like if you go to Rajasthan, that's the biggest state in India. Uh, you will find exports, a lot of exports in stone and jewelry part, because their limestone is in abundance. And if you go to Kerala, there would be a different scenario. And if you go to Bihar state, that is in the east of India, it would be mining and coal export. A lot of import and export about coal and mines. So every state has its different and own import export goods.
What
But
about the
overall, it's balanced.
yes? Please, sorry, carry on.
No, 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 no. You cannot say.
No, it's something I would like to know. For instance, each state is independent from the others, or do you have a central government like in the United States, where, or
The state
how does it
government,
work?
the center government controls the state governments, and government is responsible for governing the state. And overall, it's important to, like, if a person is living in a state, then state government will interfere first, then the central government will interfere afterwards. But the central government is on the top, and then state government comes.
Yeah,
So
and tell me something. Obviously, in that logic, there are some states which are rich compared with the others. What
mhm.
happened
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
with the with the poorest state? How do they balance their economy, or do they
So the
get help
government
from
gives
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
how is that?
The central government has its own budget, and it gives out money and resources to the poorer states which are in deficit. So you can lend loans from the central government, or you can give out. There's a budget that the central government gives to encourage these states to get up and uh, invest in their own goods and machinery, or whatever the state could give. That's what.
I see. O sea, in other words, there are some kind of
A scheme.
solidarity, and
Yeah, yeah.
the
Yes,
central
sir.
government help
Yes.
the
Yes, sir.
state. So the situation should not be bad, actually.
No, like no, 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 no. That's bad, because due to COVID, the economy has been hit and has contracted to 23% from the last year. But we are recovering at a very good rate, and nobody is like job. No, you will find nobody in pain or agony at this moment, because everything is going a little bit good and is resurging at a good rate.
Um, there is something which I would like to ask you a favor. Would it be possible
Mhm.
for you in the very near future for you to do a presentation using the same media? Uh,
Yeah. Sure,
many
sure,
many young
sure,
people would like to see what you have done in research.
sure, sir,
In
sure.
particular, what I would like to know is more about the book you wrote. So, in other
It's a
words, there are a lot of things that we would like to know. But
sure,
let
sir.
us start from the first. You choose. What do you want to talk about? The book? Would you like to talk about? Uh,
My book is about it's a romantic novel, and I wrote it because the lockdown was imposed in India and we cannot go out. So it was for 3 months. The lockdown was imposed, so I started writing a book, and it was a romantic novel. And I made the characters from different, observing different personalities and different types of people, and then I wrote it. It has almost 15 to 20 characters. The main characters are 5 to 6 characters, and that's it's a good novel.
and did you enjoy doing that?
Yeah, yes, sir. I enjoyed a lot doing that.
How,
It at one time I used to write like I used to write 20 to 30 pages a day.
oh, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that very good. How many pages has it got? The book you wrote?
It has 216 pages, and yeah, it took me about 2 months to write the book.
Tell me something. How much
Almost.
does it cost in American dollars that people
In
will
American
understand?
dollar, in American dollars, it would be around $3, $2.99.
And yeah, and you buy it by using Amazon,
Yeah, sir.
so it's easy to do so.
Mhm.
Uh, do you think we can have another session on like this? And you can either present your book or you can, if you want, talk
Sure, sir. Sure.
about informatics and computing, which is something that many people should know about it.
Sure, sir. Sure. We can do it.
How would you like to start with?
We can start with my book and then we can go to the computing part. It would be a
And
nice transition.
do you think we can do that sometime before the end of the month or the current month or January next year? When do you think
Sir,
would be
this
possible?
month I have exams starting from 8th of December.
Ah,
Like 3 days, 3 days from now, and then they would end from about 28 to 29 December. So yeah, that in between it would be possible.
but what will happen if we do it on the 30th December?
Yeah, yeah, sir. Like this December only.
Yes.
Like it would be tough, but I can tell you the date because if there's a exam that won't require much preparation, then I would be free and will be able to give the
Yeah,
interview
but
or the presentation.
can you send me the dates when you have
Yeah.
the situation clear
Sir.
so
Sure.
we can do that? Well, my
Sure,
dear
sir.
friend, it has been as usual a pleasure to talk to you. I'm very happy to see such
Yes.
a young man full of energy and
Thank you so
ideas,
much, sir.
which is
You have more
absolutely.
energy than me, sir. You are more, much more livelier than me.
Well, there is something that I always, perhaps we can do something together in research in the very near future.
Yes, sir, definitely. I was also planning to do a research article and research with you.
Because you know, my friend, here in Chile, we are working very hard in mining, and I want to
Yeah.
seduce you and to get involved in our project, which are, and
Sure, sir.
we
Sure,
are
sure, sure.
collecting, we have a huge amount of data, right? And we have, we are waiting for the reply of the editor of scientific report. It's called, yes, scientific reports, which is a family of nature.
Uh-huh.
And that's a very good paper. And I
Sure,
hope
sir.
that I'm going to be accepted, and I'm going to send you a copy.
Sure,
Well,
sure, sir.
because
Sure,
that
sure.
is the subject, and we are collecting a lot of data. That is the important thing, and you can process the data. And all
I can
my
do it, sir.
friend,
No problem.
you must have a legal software. Otherwise, the people are going to kill us. In this article, they asked me about the serial number and the
Mhm,
version of the software.
mhm,
Well, it is our software, so I have no problem.
mhm.
But the software, MATLAB, for instance, is very expensive. It's about one five
I
six
have,
dollars.
yes, sir. I have the version installed in my computer. It's MATLAB 2013 version.
Which version is it?
2013 years, sir.
Yeah, that's very good one.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
how
yeah.
much
The
did you pay
simulation
for that?
is, my mother got it and she also gave me the license for that.
So that's very good one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The simulation is nice by doing that.
Tell me something. You have another brother, is Rahat, I think. What is he
Uh,
doing at the moment?
he's he's studying for his exams. Like he has been selected as he has cleared UPSC the bureaucrat exam, and he's now the bureaucrat for India. So they are handing out exams, so he's giving it.
Well, it would be nice to interview him sometime in the near future as well.
Sure, sir.
Well, my
Sure,
dear
sure,
friend,
sure.
it has been a real pleasure. I do thank you
Yeah,
very much indeed.
he
And
is much more knowledgeable than me, sir. If you are going to interview him, yeah, he would give you a lot more. He can give you a lot more information about Indian culture and the practices we do here.
can you send me his details so I can get in
Sure,
touch
sir.
with him?
Sure, sure,
Do
sir.
I have nothing apart from his name and some pictures I have seen in Facebook?
Sure, sir. Sure, sure, sure.
Well, but
I can.
pictures do not speak.
I can do so,
uh,
sir.
well, my dearest friend, do take care of your family
Sure, sir.
and
Sure. Do
your.
you also take care of your health because it's getting worse out there, and stay safe.
And sometimes I feel I'm getting a bit older than yesterday.
You're getting much younger than yesterday, sir.
You know that, my friend. Have you ever heard that song by the Beatles called "Yesterday"?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard, sir.
That's very good, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah? Well, my friend, there is another song which is attributed to the Mexican people. You know that they wear
yeah.
very, very, very big hats. You know that?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know that, sir.
And
It's also in movies that we watch in Hollywood that represent Mexican culture. A lot of hats and music culture is represented.
they have a song which is very famous all over the world. It's called Mañana. In English, it's
Uh-huh.
tomorrow.
Okay, okay, okay.
Every time they say to you, Mañana, Chipan,
Uh-huh.
that means that it will never happen.
Okay, 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 okay. That's nice, sir.
I have a lot of friends in Mexico, and
Mhm.
sometimes they get very upset with me because I think life, we come to this world to be happy, my friend, not to suffer. So
Yes, sir. Life should be happier, sir. You should live
we
happily,
have to
and
laugh
it's
and
yeah. Only
well,
one God has given us only one life, and we have to live it to the fullest.
yes, I'm very, very happy with the interview. I think it was very familiar, which is the idea.
Thank you
And
so much, sir.
I think people are going to enjoy. I'm going to send you the link for YouTube and so on. This is going to be publicized everywhere,
Sure, sir. Sure.
our social media, and perhaps you can distribute that between your friends.
Sure, sir.
I'm
Sure.
sure you have more than I. So, well, my dear friend, the best of luck for you, and God
Thank you so
bless
much,
you.
sir.
and get bless all your
Thank you so much.
family and your beautiful family. Bye bye and
Thank
take
you so
care.
much, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.